Dying Light 2 suffers from many issues. The focus today is the repetitive nature of the game. The key world elements that support the very foundation of this game is the cause of an uninspired experience that drags throughout our playthrough. A good place to start when talking about the repetition is the map. Dying Light 2 blows up the size of this map compared to its predecessor. I think I've seen this tactic before. It's a common theme in modern game design where the goal is to just achieve a large map, not a detailed one, not one that feels full of life, not one that really adds to the story, just something that takes a while to walk around. You don't even have to look that hard to realize this. I've played Dying Light 2 for over 400 hours, and I can't think of one spot in this map that really stands out to me. It's clear that they used the Control-C and V keys quite a lot when they were designing this map. The duplication is extremely widespread. All the buses have the same bags and skeletons in the same spots. The apartments have the same layout and loot spots. The boss-like enemy GRE anomalies have the same couple of layouts and the same monster in each one. The GRE labs are the same multi-story design with the same toxic room on each level in practically the same spot, and entire locations are duplicated with little to no variation throughout both Old Villador and the central loop. It's extremely lazy, and even understanding that reusing assets in game design can be good, but to this extent it's extremely immersion breaking. Another big issue that I have with the game are the zombies and the zombie designs. Now I'm focusing more on the aesthetic of the game rather than the gameplay standpoint. The zombies in Dying Light 2 have been receiving new designs. They've added a couple of new biter designs, but they've added quite a few new designs to the virals. This is all good stuff, right? But there's still an issue. The zombie spawning is very poor. Specific zombie designs are almost always spawned together, which is why it feels so repetitive when you're running around. Not only does the map look the same, but the zombies that you're fighting in the map are also all the same, and they're all bunched together. So it's hard for me to believe that the same guy died, got zombified, and he's now with all of his other twin brothers. Dying Light 2 provides a sandbox of weapons and moves to ultimately destroy the enemy in either the most effective or unconventional ways. It's up to the player to decide. That is until the zombies say otherwise. Biter grabs and viral leaps in their current forms completely throw off the feel of having an open sandbox of possibilities. Instead, you get to watch the same animation play out. You sit back and you watch this whole game play for itself. Same map, same locations, same zombies, same animations. Do you get what I'm saying? Some of you might be thinking, well, didn't the first game reuse the zombies like all the time? Yes, it did, and it was okay. Why was it okay then? Well, firstly, the game is just much older. You know, you'd think that with more experience, more funding, and like more technology, this would have been expanded upon. But I will say that in the first game, I still didn't notice the reusing of these zombie designs quite as often because the feel and the atmosphere of the game, I would say, was just much better. Last but not least, the most repetitive thing in Dying Light 2 goes to these story cutscenes. I kid you not, anytime there is an altercation between Aiden and another character, he will get punched the same way every single time. Do I even need to explain this one? Overall, I would say that Dying Light 2 is so much better than it ever was at launch. Most of the videos I make are not the most positive sounding, but I want to acknowledge that this game is really fun to play, and for those of you that are trying to decide whether or not to get the game, absolutely do it, especially if it's on sale. I don't think you'll regret it. But there are some objective flaws with the game that I think that the developers can address very easily. Everything that I say about this game is purely out of love. It seems that a few of these issues that I've highlighted in this video will be getting addressed over the next 6 months or so with this new roadmap. They're adding new enemy types, new animations, and I assume that alongside these updates, they will tweak physics and stuff. So we're looking towards a bright future for Dying Light 2. Despite all of these improvements, I just can't excuse this.